Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to build a digital factory right from the ground up. We're diving into the world of SAP Production Planning configuration. And trust me, we're going to turn what seems like a maze of technical settings into a crystal-clear blueprint for manufacturing success.
Just think about it for a second. In any factory, you've got materials flying in, machines humming, people working, products flying out. So how do you make sure every single part is in the exact right place at the exact right time? How do you meet that customer demand? It's a massive, massive challenge of orchestration. And that's exactly where SAP Production Planning, or PP, comes into play. You see, the only way to tame that chaos is to build a really robust digital blueprint. This blueprint is what tells the system every rule, every process, and every decision it needs to make. Getting this configuration right, well, it's the difference between a finely tuned operation and just total chaos.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the why, the big picture. Then we'll build our blueprint piece by piece, the core data, the planning engine, and how it all gets executed. We'll even look at some tricky advanced strategies before we tie it all back to what really matters, the business value.
So what is SAPP really doing here? Well, at its heart, it's basically the conductor of the factory orchestra. It's the system that's designed to bring perfect, beautiful order to all those complex moving parts we were just talking about, from the moment raw materials arrive to when a finished product ships out.
But here's the thing you absolutely have to get. This engine doesn't just run by itself. The configuration, that's where the real work and, frankly, the magic happens. It's not just about flipping a few switches. It's about translating your company's unique business processes into a language the system can understand and then execute flawlessly.
Okay, so where do we start building? Well, just like any real blueprint, we have to begin with a solid foundation. In the world of SAP, this means mastering 3 core pillars of data. And I'm not kidding, if you get these wrong, the whole digital factory just comes crashing down.
First up, the bill of material, or you'll hear it called the BOM. This is simply the what. The easiest way to think about it is as the official recipe for your product. It lists every single ingredient, from the tiniest screw to a complex subassembly, and the exact amount you need. It is the absolute source of truth for what goes into your product.
Next, we have the work center. This is the where. It's a specific machine, an assembly line, or maybe even a team of people. But a work center is so much more than just a place. It's a critical data hub that holds all the essential info about costs, how much it can produce, and its schedule.
And finally, there's the standard value key. Now, this answers the big questions. How long and how much? It defines the exact activities you want to measure at that work center. Things like the time it takes to set up a machine, the labor time to assemble the part, or even cleanup time. Without this piece, your cost and schedule estimates, they're really just wild guesses.
Okay, so with our foundation poured, it is time to bring in the architect, the real brains of the operation. This is the Material Requirements Planning Engine, or MRP. It takes all that foundational data we just set up and uses it to create an entire master plan for production.
Now, it's so tempting to think of MRP as this set it and forget it kind of tool, but that would be a huge mistake. As this quote points out, there's always an MRP controller, a person or a team who is responsible for that plan. It's really the perfect partnership between powerful system logic and essential human oversight. We can actually fine-tune how this planning engine behaves by using a few key parameters. We assign an MRP controller to create that accountability. We use things called floats to build in time buffers, for a little flexibility, some wiggle room. And the BOM/routing selection ID, that's crucial. It tells the system exactly which version of a recipe to use, which is so important when you have multiple ways to make the very same product. We have our foundation and we have our plan. Now it's go time. This is where the digital blueprint meets the physical reality of the shop floor. It's all about turning that digital plan into a real, actionable production order that people can actually work on.
This all happens through a really clear life cycle. First, the order type sets the ground rules. Then, scheduling parameters calculate the precise start and end dates. And this next part is a really big deal. Before anything actually happens, an availability check confirms that all the parts you need are actually in stock. Finally, as the work gets done, confirmations are used to report back to the system, recording real-time data on what was used and how long it all took.
But what happens when things aren't so straightforward? Modern manufacturing is full of complexity. A truly great digital blueprint has to be flexible enough to handle all kinds of special scenarios and advanced strategies.
So let's look at 2 ways to handle manufacturing across different locations. Withdrawal is the simple one. You just need a part from a sister plant, so you pull it from their inventory. Easy. Production in an alternate plant is more strategic. Maybe one plant has specialized equipment, so you plan the product at your main plant but have it fully manufactured somewhere else. The system needs to know exactly which strategy you're using to handle the data correctly.
Here's another great example: the phantom item. Imagine a little group of components that are always used together, but you never actually build them into a subassembly and put them on a shelf. The system treats it as a logical group in the recipe, but when it's time to plan, it just explodes it and plans for the individual pieces. It's a really clever way to simplify your bills of material.
So we've configured our foundation, our engine, our execution steps, and even our special cases. But what's the actual payoff? Why do we go through all this meticulous work of building the perfect digital blueprint?
The payoff is absolutely immense. A well-configured system gives you total visibility into everything. It leads to hyper-accurate plans, which means better inventory control and way less waste. And the bottom line? You deliver products on time, everyone knows who's responsible for what, and you can track every single penny with precision. This is not just a technical exercise. It's a huge strategic advantage.
And the most crucial point to remember is that all of these settings, the BOM, the work centers, the MRP parameters, the order types, they all work together as one single, cohesive, integrated system. Each piece of this blueprint informs all the others to create a unified plan for success.
So as we wrap things up, the final question isn't just about whether you understand these settings. It's about vision. Because with a well-designed digital blueprint, you're not just managing today's production, you're building the agile, efficient, and intelligent factory of the future.